Steve Maxwell from Bailey Line Road, and I got a bit of a job you might want to join me on. Right up there, near the peak, just to the right of the skylight, I lost some shingles. We had a lot of strong wind the other day. This is the first shingles that have ever come off this roof since it was re-shingled about 6 or 7 years ago. Get to see what I'm going to do to weave some new shingles into that damage zone. So let's head on up there. Lots of fun. These things always seem to happen when it's below freezing too. Lucky for me, this happened close to the skylight, so my son Robert can hand me tools and stuff. So let's get started, Robert. I think the first thing, oh, look at that. These never sealed down. See, these ones I can't lift up. The tar has gripped them, but for some reason not here. That's why it went bad. I'll lock these shingles down with some tar in caulking tubes. It's great stuff for repairs like this. But first, we need to make a square cut. See this shingle here? It's torn. That's no good. We need a straight cut. It doesn't really matter where we do it, as long as it doesn't line up with a seam anywhere. A replacement shingle is as good as any for marking that square. Tin snips are great for cutting shingles like this. Especially this kind of shingle. Right here it's got a double layer, so it's kind of hard to cut any other way. Now I can only cut so high, and I've got some nails to deal with. This is a great tool, cat's paw pry bar. I'm going to sneak in and I'm going to lift some nails that are holding this piece that I want to get rid of. So that's all done. Now I need to cut this one off a little bit over so that we don't have our seams aligned. I like to put underlay under everything. These are high quality shingles. They're not that old. It's not inconceivable that this sort of thing can happen, fairly frequently. If it was pouring rain right now and I couldn't get to this job, the underlay you see here would protect the house. So that's why it's pretty important. This is the bit I want to get rid of, and it goes up to about here. So what's holding it in now? What's holding it in now are the nails that I can see going through this course of shingles. So those are the ones I need to pull out. And you might think, well, if you pull those nails out, then what's going to hold this shingle on? Well, if I lift it up when I'm done, as you'll see, when I lift it up, I can redrive those nails. And in those situations where I can't redrive a nail, I'm going to use some roofing tar in a caulking tube. And in a couple of hours, that's going to be nice and hard, just as secure as a nail. So I've trimmed these out nice and even, and I'm going to start my repair from the bottom up. As it turns out, this scrap of shingle is I'll have to trim it a bit. It's a little bit too long, but it's going to go in there. So I'll just get the snips out again. Now we've got just one more piece to put in, and it goes from here to here, and then I'm going to seal down these loose shingles, the shingles that should have sealed when the roof was installed, so that this sort of thing doesn't happen again. But just a repeated the same process, as you'll see. Okay, so that repair is basically complete, and now I'm going to do the tar application, which is very important, because if I don't, we get another wind, that's just I'm gonna be up here again, and I don't want to be. So that tarring is very important in a situation like this. I want to explain how vital a setup like this is for working on a steep roof. This roof is almost 45 degrees from horizontal, and yet I can work here. I don't have to set up any roof jacks or anything like that. I'm basically just hanging here in the rope. This is a harness, pretty comfortable as these things go. And this thing here is called a shunt. And see, the rope goes through here, and my weight is on this lever. And inside, can you see in there, inside in there, part of this lever is pinching the rope against the body of this with my weight, which means like I'm on here. If I want to go down, I have to take the weight off, relieve the lever pressure a bit, and then let the spring grab. And if I want to go up, I just pull it that way. So really handy. Not only does it make it safer, but it allows me to work. So it's not just a safety thing.